Yes, good evening, everyone. Welcome back to this live session, this live lecture. In today's class, I don't know whether everyone is able to hear me, but in today's lecture, I will be teaching you people what they call personal cash flow. In today's lecture, I will be teaching you personal cash flow. You understand? I'll be taking you people through personal cash flow. When you talk of cash flow means that when you talk of cash flow means the movement of your money in and out of your pocket. You understand? Cash flow means the movement of your money in and out of your pocket. That is what cash flow means. Cash flow means the movement of your money in and out of your pocket. I've seen in one of the videos that I posted, so many people have been asking me, "Sir, please teach me cash flow part two. Sir, I need cash flow part two." So if this is your first time to come across my live classes, please give me a follow and then subscribe to my YouTube channel. You understand? So today we are talking about cash flow because this is something that people have been asking me so much about it. Eh? So many people have been asking me, "Sir, teach me cash flow part two." If you check one of my videos, you're going to find that question, "Sir, cash flow part two, cash flow plus part two." So today I want to share with you people the topic of cash flow, personal cash flow. Personal cash flow. I don't know whether I'm audible. Guys, can you all hear me? Am I audible? Can you all hear me? You can stream on TikTok, you can stream on YouTube. I'm active on YouTube right now. I'm active on TikTok as well. So you can stream from any platform. All right. So today I want to talk about personal cash flow. When I talk of cash flow means that the movement of your money in and out of your pocket. The movement of money in and out of your pocket. You understand? So when you talk of cash flow have different types. We have what they call cash inflow and then cash outflow. Cash inflow and then cash outflow. So what does it mean when we talk about cash inflow? What does that mean? So this is the movement. This is the money coming to you. This is the money coming into your account. Cash inflow means the money coming into your account. And how does money come into your pocket? How does money come into your wallet? Number one, it can be through your salary. Maybe you're working somewhere and they're paying you salary. Number one can be through your salary. Number one can be through your salary. That is the number one way money can enter into your account. Then the other way is what they call business profits. Business profits. That is another way money comes into your pocket, into your account. Another one can be side hustles. Maybe you have a side hustle. It brings money into your pocket. Allowances. You have gone for a meeting, they give you an allowance. That is cash inflow. It is your another one is maybe it is your birthday. Today is your birthday, and then people gives you gift in form of money. That is also cash flow. You understand? That is also what cash inflow. You understand? That is also cash inflow. Another one can also be maybe you're working in the restaurant, you're working in the petrol station. Then some rich guy comes around and they give you what they call a tip. A tip is also what? Cash inflow. A tip is also cash inflow. Then the other one is also what they call online earnings. You can also get money from online. Maybe you're a digital marketer. You sell courses online. You teach people like the way I'm teaching you people. Maybe you're selling a product. Maybe you're selling a product online. Then someone pays for it. Those are all what they call cash inflow. Those are cash inflow. Anything that you do to bring money into your pocket, that is what they call cash inflow. You understand? Then let us move into cash outflow. What is cash outflow? It is just the opposite of what? The opposite of cash inflow. It is just the opposite of cash inflow. You understand? So this is the money leaving your pocket. This is the money leaving your pocket. Cash outflow is the money leaving your pocket. You understand? Cash inflow is the money leaving your pocket. One of the ways that money leaves your pocket is through what they call rent. Hmm? Money leaves your pocket through rent. You understand? Money leaves your pocket through rent. Transport. Every day you have to go for work. Money is leaving your pocket. Every day you have to come back from work. Money is leaving your pocket. Eh? Another one is food. Another one is food. Money leaves your pocket through buying food. You buy food every day. Money is leaving your pocket. Another one is airtime or data bundles. You want to come and stream something on TikTok, come and stream something on YouTube, you want to play songs on Spotify, you have to pay for data bundles. Those are some of the ways money leaves your pocket. Another one could also be buying clothing. You want to buy clothing every month, every weekend, you want to buy a new fashion. Money is leaving your pocket. Eh? Another way money leaves your pocket is entertainment. Hmm? Every weekend, you want to go to Chadondo. You want to go, for those ones within Uganda, you want to go to Chadondo. Okay, you want to go to those entertainment places every weekend. Money is leaving your pocket. You understand? Money is leaving your pocket. Then the other one is what I call debt. Debt. Debt is one of the ways money leaves your pocket. Hmm? When I talk of debt, I'm talking about a loan. You get loans and money leaves your pocket. Hmm? Another one is what I call unplanned spending. Unplanned spending. Unplanned spending. Just allow me, please. Just allow me share this live with my students on. Let me share the YouTube. The YouTube. Just allow me share this with my students. I'll get back to you people. Just a minute. Just a minute. Just a minute. So we are talking about cash flow, personal cash flow, how money leaves your pocket. How money leaves your pocket. How money leaves your pocket and how money comes into your pocket. So that is what we are talking about. Let me just share this live with my students. Then I get back to for today's lectures. Just 1 minute. Just a minute. I'll get back to you people. All right, let us continue now. We can now continue. All right. So I was telling you people that money leaves your pocket in so many ways. Money leaves your pocket in so many ways. The last one I was talking about is what they call unplanned spending. Unplanned spending. Some of you just spend money anyhow. You just spend money anyhow. You don't have plan for your money. You don't have you don't have something that controls the way you spend your money. And that thing we call it a budget. Some of you don't have budgets. You just spend money anyhow. You just spend. That is the problem most of you have. You just spend money recklessly. Then after 2 days, they have paid, for example, maybe they have just paid you today. They have paid you in the morning. Tomorrow or on Friday, you start calling your friends for agent 2K, agent 3K, as if they didn't pay you on Monday, as if they didn't pay you. So the problem is that people live a life, people spend their money on unplanned what? Unplanned expenses. You understand? Therefore, cash in is greater than cash out, that means you're growing. If your cash flow is greater than your cash, I mean, if your cash inflow is greater than your cash outflow, that means you are growing financially. But if your cash outflow is bigger than your cash inflow, my guy, eh, that means you're just digging your own financial grave. When cash in is greater than cash out, you are growing. When cash out is greater than cash in, you are sinking. You are sinking into, you are drowning. You understand? You're drowning. Mhm. The secret to wealth is increase your inflow and control your outflow. That is the only secret. If you want to live a stable financial life, increase your inflow, increase the money that comes into your account, and then control your outflow. Control your outflow. I'm still repeating this. If you want to reach a level whereby you know that you're financially stable, number one, increase your cash inflow. Increase your cash inflow. Increase the different places where money comes into your pocket. Increase the amount of money that comes into your pocket, and then control the way you spend money. Control your outflow. mm? Control what is going out. If every month you get 500,000, look for another way of what of increasing money to go be the money that comes into your pocket beyond 500,000. If you make 250,000 only, from the all of your entire earnings, that means you have to work hard and look for ways of what increasing your inflow. Then you control the amount of money leaving your pocket. That is when you will achieve that financial stability. I don't know whether you guys are getting me. Am I audible? Am I audible? Am I audible? If I'm audible, please like this live and share it with your friends. If you're learning something from here, share this live with your friends. Yes, this is Obain Finance University. Thank you so much, Eddie. Let us continue. So I'm now going to talk about types of cash flow for young people. What are the types of cash flow that young people have? Remember, all these things I'm teaching you, I'm picking from my book. So whoever wants to get access to my book, Money Mastery for Young People, please send me a message after this class. I rarely come live on TikTok and live on YouTube. I rarely come live. But if I come live like this and you're benefiting something from here, please send me a message in my inbox, and then you'll get access to my book, Money Mastery for Young People. Let us continue. Therefore, now, uh, what are some of the types of cash flow? What are some of the types of cash flow that young people have? Number one is what they call positive cash flow. Positive cash flow. What is positive cash flow? These things I'm teaching, this is not theory, by the way. This is not theory. These are things that happens in our daily life. Finance is not things to do with finance is not theory. Finance is practical. The things I teach in my classes, I have 43 students in my classes. If you want to be part of my students, please send me a message or leave a comment in the comment section of any of my videos. You understand? Leave a comment in any of my videos. The things I'm teaching here are the things I teach my students in my class. I know some of them might join the class, might join this live. So let us continue. Types of cash flow for young people. Number one is what I call positive cash flow. Positive cash flow. What is positive cash flow? Positive cash flow means you earn more than you spend. You earn more money than you spend. That is positive cash flow. The money that you earn is more than the money that you spend. Hope that is audible. The money that you earn is more than the money that you spend. So when you're in such a position, when you're in that level of cash flow, that means that is the beginning of what? That is the beginning of wealth. That is the beginning of wealth. If you have a positive cash flow whereby every month you know that your salary is 500,000, and then your monthly spending is maybe 300,000 only, that is okay. Trust me, that is okay. Talking about rent, talking about transport, talking about food, talking about medical care, talking about savings, everything is just rounding up to maybe 300,000. Then you're okay. If you earn 1 million, if you're earning 1 million and your monthly expenses, everything, talk about rent, talk about food, talk about electricity, utilities, everything. If everything comes up to maybe 700,000, then trust me, you are doing okay. You are doing okay because you'll be having some other balance to put aside. You see, the other 300,000, you put it aside into your savings. You see, that is the beginning of wealth. If the money you earn is more than the money you spend, my guy, bro, sister, that means you are in a positive cash flow. Now let us talk about negative cash flow. You spend more than you earn. This is a lifestyle of people with poverty mindset. Hmm? There are so many people that they earn money, they earn a lot of money, but their spendings finish everything. Hmm? Their spending finish everything. You spend more than you earn. In negative cash flow, you spend more money than you earn. After spending all your money within 2 weeks, after you have earned 2 million, you have spent everything. You spend everything on you spend 2 million within just 2 weeks. Then you start calling your friends. Hey, bro, my guy, tap me some 20K, tap me some 10K. Shame on you. You see, shame on you. 2 million, you cannot spend 2 million. You cannot spend all that you earn. You cannot spend all the money that you earn. You understand? You cannot spend all that you earn. If you are spending all that you earn, it causes you a lot of problems. This causes you what they call debt. After spending everything that you have earned, for example, you earn 500,000. The month has not yet finished, and you have spent all the 500,000. After spending that money, you are going to enter into what they call debt cycle. You're going to borrow money. When you borrow money, that means that is the beginning of what? Entering into what? Debt cycle. Because the person you have borrowed money from, maybe you have borrowed money from the bank, or maybe you have borrowed money from money lenders, or maybe you have borrowed money from a friend. Number one, if you fail to pay the friend's money, you're going to lose your friendship with that friend of yours. You're going to lose friendship with that friend of yours. Number two, if you have borrowed money from a money lender, these money lending institutions within the community, you have borrowed money from them, and you don't pay their money, maybe they're going to sell your collateral, or they're going to put you into pressure, and that is the beginning of stress. That is the beginning of stress. I don't know. Can you guys hear me? Am I audible? I hope I'm audible. I hope I'm audible. If I'm audible, just write yes in the comment section. So, what I'm trying to say is you should learn to use what you have in the right way. You don't spend everything. You don't spend everything. You don't understand? When you spend everything, when you spend more than you earn, that is the beginning of debt cycle. You start borrowing money to consume. How much is your headphone, and what is the exact name? I'll tell you that after this. Don't worry. So, and financial failure. Yes, when you spend all the money that you earn, that is the beginning of financial failure. You're not going to progress financially. You understand? You will not progress financially. Therefore, when you earn money, know how to have a budget. In tomorrow or any other day, if I feel like coming to share with you people live, I'm going to talk about budgeting. I think I already have a video on budgeting. I'm seeing one of my students has just joined this class. Let me invite him. I've seen one of my students has just joined this live. Let me invite him. That is Mr. Alex. Alex is one of my students from Kalangala. So let us continue. Number three, the third type of cash flow for young people is what they call neutral cash flow. Neutral. What does it mean when we talk about neutral cash flow? Now let me break this into details. You in neutral cash flow, you earn money, but that money is just enough for you to what? It is just enough for you to survive. You break even. Everything you earn, you spend. Everything you earn, you spend. Today you have worked for 20K. That one you have spent it. Tomorrow again you go and work for tomorrow. Some people are like that. So many people are like that. You work for 20K, you work for 10K. In a day, they pay you 15K. In a day, they pay you 10K. That one you just go and spend. You enjoy it. Tomorrow again, the same thing. So in that level whereby you are in a neutral, when you are in neutral cash flow, there is no growth. You don't have any growth. Financially, you are not growing. When you are in that level of neutral cash flow, the money you are earning is equals to the money you are spending. The money you're earning is just enough. It's just enough for you to pay rent, to buy food, medical care. but it is never enough for you to save. Mm? It is never enough for you to invest. So there is no growth. You will not have any growth. Mm? There is no growth in that level. Mm? There is no growth in neutral cash flow. You don't have any growth in that level. You see, there is no growth in that level. In neutral cash flow, there is no growth. So let us continue. If you have any question, feel free to ask me in the comment section. I will respond to it after finishing this class. If you have any question, feel free to ask in the comment section. I will respond to you after this live. So now let us proceed to section number 5 of money mastery for young people. If you need to get money mastery for young people, please send me a message. I'll share with you this book, but it comes with at a cost. You understand? How to budget money effectively. That is what I want to share with you people. So many people don't know how to budget money. So many people don't know how to budget money. Even me those days, before I took myself into what they call financial education, before I started learning about money, mastering what money is, I used to write a shopping list that I'm budgeting. I used to write a shopping list that I'm budgeting. Even some of you are like that. Some of you are like that. Am I lying? Even how many of you like writing shopping list in the name of a budget? Eh? If you write a shopping list in the name of a budget, just tell me yes. How many of you? Hmm? How many of you write a shopping list in the name of a budget? How many of you write a shopping list in the name of a budget? Guys, let me know in the comment section. If you write a shopping list instead of drawing a budget, let me know. I'm seeing Chol. I'm seeing Chol. That name sounds from South Sudan. Chol. Some people write shopping list in the name of writing a budget. So in today's video, in today's classes, I'm going to teach you people how to budget money effectively. And after this live, if you want a budgeting template, send me a message in my inbox. If you want a budgeting template, send me a message in my inbox. After this live, don't forget that a budget, first of all, let me first take you people back a little bit, because cash flow together with budgeting, they all move together. Cash flow and budgeting, they all move together. Because when you have a budget controls the way you spend your money. A budget helps you to know how much money you are earning. A budget helps you to know how much money is going out. You understand? So if you have a shopping list, does not help you to know. Does not help you to. The shopping list does not help you to know what. So when you have a budget helps you. An effective budget helps you to know how money is coming in and how money is going out. Ongodia, what is the difference between a budget and a shopping list? A shopping list is just a list of things that you want to buy. But a budget includes so many things. A budget, number one, a budget knows how much money you're earning every month. A budget includes the sources of your income. A budget includes your financial goals. A budget includes emergency fund. A budget includes your needs and your wants. You understand? So that is what makes a budget different from a shopping list. A shopping list is just a list of things you want to go and buy. You understand? But a budget is what controls how you spend your money. A budget gives you control over your money. Simon, have I answered you? Simon, have you understood? All right. So let us continue. For those who are streaming on YouTube, I'm streaming on TikTok as well. So you can be on YouTube, you can be on TikTok as well. If you don't mind, you can also cross the other side. Anyway, it can work. I'm streaming on both channels. You understand? So let us continue. Now, how do you budget effectively? How do you budget effectively? But before we talk about that, let me take you people back a little bit because some of my students have covered this already. My students have covered this already. Then I will come back to cash flow. I should have started with budgeting, but it's okay. Now, let me first tell you people, why must someone have a budget? Why should you have a budget? Why should I have a budget? Why should you have a budget? Why should I have a budget? Number one, money disappears when you don't plan for it. When you don't plan for money, money disappears. You understand? That is the number one reason why you need a budget. Money disappears when you don't plan for it. And an unplanned shilling will find somewhere useless to go. Eh? Have you not spent money recklessly without a budget? How many of you have spent money recklessly, even on things that you don't need? There are times when you go to the supermarket, maybe you have gone to maybe you have gone to buy what? Maybe let's say you have gone to buy a basin, or you have gone to buy a saucepan. Then you see, then your eyes gets attracted to something. Maybe your eyes gets attracted to cake, maybe to ice cream. Then you be like, oh, more, let me buy this ice cream. That ice cream was never part of your budget. So someone who has financial discipline will speak to himself that, you know what, this ice cream is not in my budget. It is not in my budget. So there is no need to buy it. So when you have a budget like that, a budget gives you discipline. A budget gives you discipline, and it helps you to control how money flows, how your money is moving out, how your money moves out. That is the importance of a budget, you see. So now, another reason why you must budget money, budgeting prevents impulse spending. That is what I was explaining. Budgeting prevents impulse spending. When you budget, emotions lose power. Emotions lose power. There are some people that spend money based on emotions. That is what I was telling my students in my premium money mastery class. I told them that broke people spend money on emotion. Broke people spend money on emotion. Rich people spend money with plan, logic and plan. You don't just throw money for, you don't just, you understand all these things. You don't just throw money for, you plan for your money. So when you have a budget prevents you from emotional spending, prevents you from impulse spending. Sometimes you buy things you don't even need, things that don't even, like, you just buy things because you feel bored. When you have a budget helps you to control all those what? All those things. So let's continue a little bit. Budgeting helps you to track your financial life. When you have a budget, number one, you will clearly see where your money is going. That is the first thing. When you have a budget, you will see where your money is going. I think my phone is going off. Just a minute. When you have a budget, you will clearly see where your money is going. Just plug this phone to be charging. All right, let's proceed. For those who are streaming on YouTube, I'm sorry. I'm streaming with the laptop. At the same time, I was trying to plug my phone to charge. It's okay. Let us proceed. So number one, I was saying that when you have a budget helps you to know, where is my money going? Where is my money going? A budget gives you a clear direction to know where your money is going. Number two, when you have a budget, you know what is wasting your money. You know very well what is wasting your money. If it is airtime, if it is data bundles, you will know it that it is data bundles wasting my money. Number three, when you have a budget helps you to know what you need to improve. A budget helps you to know what you need to improve. When you have a budget, it will help you to know what to improve. That is the importance of having a budget. You understand? A budget helps you to know what to improve. Then the other one is another reason why you need to have a budget is budgeting increases saving money. A budget increases saving money because when you're budgeting your money, there is that allocation for saving money. There is always that allocation for saving money. I told students in my class that the first and number one rule of money is what they call pay yourself first. Pay yourself first. That is the first principle of money. Pay yourself first. When you earn your income, when you earn your salary, before you buy anything, before you pay rent, before you pay transport, before you go to the supermarket, before you go to enjoy that money, pick 10% of that money and put it aside. Pick 5% and put it aside. Pick 30% and put it aside, depending on your cost of living, or depending on budget can give you stress when you didn't buy what you're budgeted for. So Simon, I'm coming to that response. You're going to understand why what I'm talking about. You're going to understand how to budget. You're going to understand. I'm seeing your comment. Budget can give you stress when you didn't buy what you budgeted. What you budgeted. I'll respond to that. Don't worry. That is why you need to join my premium money mastery class, because to get access to this kind of lessons I'm sharing here, it is not like every day you will get it. You understand? So if I'm sharing something like this and I'm seeing questions like this, it is an opportunity for you to join our class. To join my class, you don't need to pay any fees. As for now, since November, I have 43 students in my class. Since November, you're not going to pay any fees. The only thing you're going to pay for is to pay for the copy of my book, Money Mastery for Young People, and you'll get access to talk to me every day for about 45 minutes to 1 hour. I have students from across the world. I have students from across the world. Mr. Willie, thank you for the art. Thank you so, so much. I have students from across the world: South Africa, Malawi, Namibia, Cameroon, how do you call this place? UAE, Australia. I have two students from Australia. So we have students from everywhere. South Africa, Kenya, South Sudan, just behind us here. We have students there, many of them. So if you're within Uganda, this is an opportunity for you to take advantage of this, and you level up financially. You grow financial, you level up your financial what? Your financial intelligence. Let me tell you people something. Let me first go off topic a little bit. You see, the main reason why people go broke, it is not because people don't work hard. People are broke not because people don't work hard. Not because people don't work hard. The number one reason why people are broke is because you don't have knowledge about money. You don't have financial intelligence. No one has introduced you to financial education. No one has introduced you to financial education. You see, that is the biggest challenge people have. You see, now I was telling people yesterday in my class that when you were born, you were introduced to kindergarten, you were introduced to nursery, you were introduced to primary, you were introduced to secondary education. That one I call it academic education. That is academic education. Then the other type of education is what I call professional education. Professional education, whereby you go to the university, you go to tertiary institutions, and then you go and learn how to become a doctor, you go and learn how to become a nurse, how to become a teacher. Like they're teaching you how to become an employee, how to work for money. They teach you how to work for money, and no one has taught us financial education. Where is financial education? Where is it? Where is it? In my class, the oldest man in my class is 50 years old. The oldest man in my class is 50 years old. And the youngest person in my class, there are two, 7 years old and 9 years old. Why do you think the parents of these two 7-year-old and 9 years old have introduced them to this kind of finance platform? It's because no one introduced their parents to financial education. Their parents realized later that financial education is very important. Learning about money is very important. It is very important. Eh? Monica, learning about money is very, very important. Therefore, listen to me. If this is your first time to come across Obin Finance University, the word university is just a place where people learn from. Obin is my name. Finance is what I teach people. That is what I teach people. You might not become the next Elon Musk. You might not become the richest man in the world. But if you reach a particular point in your life whereby you are able to buy your own food for yourself, you know how to control your money. You know how to make money. You know how to invest. You know how to manage debt. You know how to save money. You know how to budget for money. You know taxation. So many things. You know how to run a business. That is the most important thing. That is the most important thing. Therefore, financial education is very important. So I'm seeing questions like the one Simon is asking. This is an opportunity for you to join Obeying Finance University. I've told you people since November until the end of this month, you're not going to pay any fees. People will start paying fees for this university until next year. So for now, the class is free for everyone. You only have to buy the book Money Mastery for young people. That is all you need. It's only 31,000 Ugandan shillings. Only $10. $10. All those other 43 people have already paid for theirs and they are learning. I learn with them every day from 8 p.m. to 9 p.m., 9 p.m. to 10, 10 to 11, then 6 a.m. in the morning for those people in Australia. My students in Australia, they learn at 6 a.m. in the morning, you see. So why not you? Why don't you take advantage of this and level up financially? I made a video on TikTok and I was telling you people that on the 31st of this month, just this very December, a few days from now, many people will go to church. People are going to go to church for they call it a crossover night. People are going to pray, jumping in church. Pastors will pour anointing oil on your head. They will pray for you. You will be there shouting, "Yes, I receive. Yes, I receive." But let me tell you something. You can never pray. You can never pray away financial ignorance. I'm not trying to abuse anyone, but you can never pray against financial ignorance. There is a verse in the Bible. I like telling my students that there is a verse in the Bible that says that go and preach to the poor. Preach. This is what I'm doing. This is preaching. Preach to the poor. They did not say pray for the poor. But for me, when I get money from the bank immediately, my demand increases. Just join the class. You're going to learn all these things I'm talking about. The 24-hour rule. You need to learn what they call the 24-hour rule. There is a video on YouTube. Go to my YouTube and check a video on do this when you get paid. Do this when you get paid. The title is like that. Do this when you get paid. Or send me a message in my inbox and I will share with you that video. You understand? Do this when you get paid. It is even here on TikTok. After this live, go and check on that video. So let's get back to the topic of today. That was just, I told you I was just going off topic for today a little bit. So now, another reason why you need to budget money, let's get back here. Another reason why you need to budget your money is budgeting reduces stress and financial pressure. When you have a budget, you stop guessing and start knowing. When you have a budget, you stop guessing what to buy and you start knowing what to buy. When you have a budget, you know what you want to buy. You stop guessing. What's your channel name on YouTube? This channel name is the same as the YouTube. The channel name on YouTube is the same as the channel name on TikTok. Obin Finance University. Obin Finance University. You understand? Go and check on YouTube, that very same name. Watch the videos there, share with your friends, like and subscribe. You understand? Just the normal things people do because I produce value. So I was saying that when you have a budget helps you to stop guessing what you are supposed to buy. You stop guessing what you're supposed to buy. And you start knowing what you're supposed to buy. Another reason why you need to have a budget is that budgeting helps you to achieve big goals. A budget helps you to achieve big goals. For example, I told you in the budget, you have the allocation for saving, for wealth building. I call it wealth. Sometimes I call it wealth building. When you have a budget, you allocate money for bigger goals. You plan for bigger goals. Maybe it'd be like, say you want to buy a land. You be putting money in your savings just because you want to buy a land. You be putting money in your saving. You want to start a business. You keep keeping money aside. You keep saving money aside. You see, business capital, investment. Maybe you want to go and study abroad, school fees, emergencies. All these things you can achieve them if you have a budget. But if you don't have a budget, trust me, if you don't have a budget, you will always spend money recklessly. Wallahi bilai. When you don't have a budget, you will always spend money recklessly. That is why I'm encouraging you people that if you want to have my budgeting template that can help you win financially in 2026, send me a message and I will share with you my budgeting template that you can use it to start controlling your money. How about Beatrice? Beatrice, thank you so much. Beatrice is one of my students. She's supposed to join the class. I'm going to talk with you. Beatrice, I'm going to talk with you after this live. So just imagine, how about all of you people following me on TikTok? How about all my followers, everyone following me on TikTok? How about we all get annoyed? You all get annoyed, like you just vex, and then you'll be like, This January, I want to achieve this thing. That is what I was telling students in my class. I told them that let us have it as a goal. January is starting. I told them let us have it as a goal. January is starting. By the end of January, you should achieve something. It can be maybe buying an asset. It doesn't have to be something very big. Maybe you want to buy a tractor. No, you cannot buy a tractor within January. But if you have the potential, you can buy it. But what I'm trying to say is that it helps you to start developing that mindset of you knowing that what every money that I get, before I spend that money, I should either save it or I invest that money. So what do? You can choose to invest that money. Maybe you buy an asset that can bring for you money. Or you can start a business in January and then you monitor that business. You see, you monitor that business. Therefore, I told my students that let us all get annoyed. Let us all get annoyed, and then every month we make sure that we achieve something. Come rain, come sunshine, I must achieve something in January. If it is buying land, I should buy a plot of land in January. Then you start having another goal for what? You have another target for February. You have another target. You be like, by February, I want to have this machine for what? For slashing the compound. I want to have a machine for slashing the compound. That is already an achievement. That machine is already an asset for you. Remember, rain is coming. Rain is coming. People's compound will get a lot of grasses, and people will start looking for people to help them. Schools will be opening, and you'll find some schools are too bushy. Start getting contracts in those schools. You understand? That machine that you have bought is going to increase your cash flow. You understand? Wisdom. So you start planning now. Start planning now. Start planning now. Any plan that you have for 2026, trust me, 2026, if you are following me, 2026 should be the best year of your life. 2026 should be the best year of your life. No matter what comes, endeavor to make 2026 the best year of your life. If this year you didn't achieve much, thank God for what you have achieved. Thank God for it. Thank God for what you have achieved this year. Then sit down before next year. Sit down. Don't wait for January to start planning for next year. Don't wait for January. Don't wait for January to start planning for next year. Start planning for next year this December. Today is Monday. Today is the 22nd. We have only 6 days to the end of this year. Only 6 days. And the year is gone. So within this 1 week left, sit down, bring your brain to normal. Normalize your brain. I'm not so good at English, so you people will have to forgive me. I'm not normalize your brain. Let your brain come back to its senses. Stop worrying about the things you went through in August, the things you went through in October. But there are some liabilities that I can miss buying. Simon, I think you need a lot of help. You need this book. You're going to understand what they call money mindset mastery. You need to work on your mindset. Simon, send me a message after this class. Send me a message now after this class. There is a lot you need to learn. Simon, you need to learn a lot. I'm seeing your comments. It is not different from some of the students who are just coming to my class. It is not different. Seeing some of your comments is not different. So what I was telling you people is that you start planning for the year. You start planning for 2026 as early as possible. As early as possible. You have 1 week to 2026. Before you go and jump in church on the 31st, before you go and start jumping in church, I receive. The Bible says that, for I know the plans I have for you. Yes, God has plans for you. But what plans do you have for yourself? What are your plans? So that on the 31st, when you're going to God, when you're going to pray, you go with your plan. Maybe you have written your plan in a small piece of paper like this. You go with your plan. Even if you're going to receive, go and give that plan to God. Go and give it to God. Then after coming back on the 31st, on the 1st of January, start implementing. Start implementing your plans. Don't just make plans and you sit on it. Don't just make plans and sit on it without taking any action. Don't make plans and just sit on it. Take actions. You understand? Take actions. If you want to win, in 2026, like any other person that has been winning this year, work on your plans. This 1 week remaining, sit down, ask yourself, what are the things I'm going to talk about liability. Don't worry. I'm going to talk about liability. Simon, don't worry. What I'm saying is that this remaining weeks left, sit down, pick a pen and a notebook. Pick a pen, have a notebook in your hand. Just sit alone, you alone. Sit alone, you alone, and plan. You understand? I don't have land and I'm not educated. How can I survive? Do you think some of us were educated? Eh? Mr. Andy Andrew, do you think some of us were educated? Hmm? Do you think everyone who is succeeding in life, they're educated? I'm going to respond to all those things. Send me a message in my inbox if you need help. Eh? Everyone has to win. Everyone has to win. It is not about surviving. It is about stability and freedom. That is what we are chasing after. Eh? We are not chasing after survival. Eh? We are not chasing after survival. We are chasing after stability and freedom. The freedom to sit and see your money working for you. Eh? The freedom to see that I can go to any country and my business can still be printing for me money. Eh? That is what people are chasing after. Nowadays, we are not chasing after survival. That is what I was talking about in neutral cash flow. Neutral cash flow. If you are still thinking about survival, that means you want to earn money. You are able to eat food. You are able to pay your rent. You are able to pay your power. The lights are on. That is not what we want. We want a place whereby even if we spend 5 million in a day, we know that it is okay. It is normal. It's like you have spent only 50K. Everyone who is winning in life, they sit down and they have plans. Everyone winning in life, they sit down and they have plans. Not just having plans. It doesn't stop there. It comes to what? It comes to taking action on your plans. Even God himself, before God created fish, he made sure that water was there. He made sure that he created the rivers. Then he brought the fish. You understand all these things? Even God, before he brought the lion, those elephants, those monkeys, before they came into existence, God made sure that the forests were there. He first said, let there be the bushes, let there be the forest. Then he brought the animals. Therefore, it is the same thing with you. Before you think of achieving something, sit down, have a plan, and take action on it. God did not just plan that I need to create animals. He planned how to let animals be. He planned the life of how the animals have to survive, and then he took action on his plans together with the angels. You understand all these things? It is about planning. So 2026 should not be a year whereby you are going to waste the little money you are getting. Then let me talk direct to boys. You wanted me to talk about liability. One of the biggest liability so many of you boys have. So many of you boys have. You are in love, you are in a relationship with girls that don't add any value to your life. That is the first liability that you have. Then number two, the second liability that most of you have, you spend money to impress people. You spend money to impress people. That is the first liability. If I say you spend money to impress people, you want to buy things that does not bring money into your pocket. That is the number one reason why so many of you go broke. Then you start calling your guy, hey Charlie, hey chairman, Omo, I need some money. Can you do me some 5K, some 2K? Guy, you people, you see, money is attracted to some of the things. I like telling students in my class that money is attracted to what they call value. Money is attracted to value. That is the first thing you should know. Someone cannot just give you money when you don't offer them any value. People cannot just give you money if you're not offering them any value. People cannot just give you money if you're not offering something. Money is attracted to value. If I talk of value, it means that you are solving some problems. That is when people can give you money. You are solving some problems. That is when people can give you money. So if you don't know how to handle, if you don't know how to manage the small money that you're getting, maybe you are working somewhere, and you are an askari somewhere, you are working in the petrol station somewhere, you're working in the restaurant somewhere, you're a teacher somewhere, you're a nurse somewhere. They pay you 250K, they pay you 400K, 500K, 1 million. And that 1 million, you want to spend it just within days, within 2 weeks. Even some people, they pay them right now, like maybe in the morning. By evening hours, that money is gone. It's gone. Why? It is because they don't know how to handle money. They don't know how to manage money. They don't know how to manage money. And money management is a skill that you just learn. You learn. You learn through joining platforms like Cobain Finance University, through having mentors, having mentors that can guide you on what to do. You understand? So we need to wake up and then we see how we can attack 2026 and we all succeed. We all achieve something big that can transform our life from 2026 to 2027. Eh? Someone was saying that after all, we are all going to die. Yes, the fact that you are going to die does not mean that you should not live a peaceful life. You should live a life of suffering. You should not suffer. Hmm? You understand? The fact that you are going to die tomorrow does not mean that your life should be meaningless. Eh? It doesn't mean that, bro. Eh? It doesn't mean that. So the little money that you get, use it in the right way. Now, let us get back to the topic of today: how to budget money effectively. I'm still repeating after this live. If you need a budgeting template, my budgeting template that will help you see ways you can handle your finances in 2026, send me a message after this live. So let us talk about how to budget money. The first step that you need to take if you are budgeting money is what I call know your income. Know your income. That is the first step you need to take. Know your income. Know your income. That is the first step. List all the sources of your income. List all the sources of your income. Eh? I've told you people that it can be monthly salary. You get monthly salary, list it down. Business income, list it down. Allowances you get from maybe a gig or a meeting, list it down. Commissions you get from maybe selling something, list it down. Online income, list it down. A birthday gift in form of money, list it down. Maybe maybe you work in a restaurant or a petrol station. This rich person comes around and they give you some tip of 20K, list it down. You understand? But when you're listing all these sources of income, you have to be honest to yourself. Do not include your hope, the money that you're hoping to get. Do not include if you are budgeting. I don't know whether some of you are writing these things down. I don't know whether you're writing these things down. I don't know whether you're writing these things down. I don't know whether you're writing these things down. If you're writing these things down, just comment for me in the comment section. Yes. If you're writing it down, just comment yes. Are you guys writing these things down? Are you writing these things down? Inspire me. Anyway, let me proceed. Let me continue. So that is the first thing you need to consider. Consider all your sources of income. If you want to draw a working budget, consider all your sources of income. Number two, the second thing, thank you, William. The second thing that you need to do is list all your expenses. List all your expenses down. List all your expenses down. Uncle Ronald, thank you. List all your expenses down. Your expenses could be maybe your rent. That is the first thing. Utilities can be power, water. You list all of them down. You list all of them down. Another expense could be school fees. You write it down. Another expense could be transport because you need transport for going to work every day. You list it down. Maybe you got a loan from somewhere. Write that loan, include that loan in it. Most of you people like leaving loans out. You know very well that someone gave you money, and the month has ended. You don't want to include that loan in your budget. That is not good. It is not good. So you list the loans also part of it. Food, even food, list food down, put food down. Airtime, put it down. Clothes, put it down. Entertainment, put it down. Personal skin care or personal care, just maybe personal hygiene and all that, put it down. Now, another one that is very important now, the third thing you should do is very important. Financial goals. Financial goals. Financial goals is another important thing. That can be savings, investments, or emergency fund. You also include it in your budget. You understand? So this helps you to see clearly where your money is going. When you list all these things down, it will give you the clear view of where is my money going. It gives you the clear view of where is my money going. When you list all these things down, you have a clear view of where is my money going. Yes, at the end of December this month, I'm going to get what? 500,000. Now, out of this 500,000, where are my money going? Where is my money going? Guys, if my English is not so good, please don't blame me. I'm not good in English, okay? So I'm just trying to bring some things up. But what I'm saying is that you list all your expenses down. When you have listed all your expenses down, now you come back and you be like, okay, let me now start what? Doing what they call priorities. Start prioritizing. Start prioritizing. When you have listed everything that you need, every expenses, now you come to the step number 3, what they call priorities. You start to prioritize. And what are the priorities we are talking about? What are these priorities we are talking about? That priority number 1 is what they call tithing. Tithing. Tithing, offerings. Though some people don't care about offertories and all that. So we move to the second one, what they call pay yourself first. The first rule of money is what they call pay yourself first. Leave alone tithing. But in general, the first rule of money, according to the psychology of money, according to the richest man in Babylon, the psychology of the first rule of money is what they call pay yourself first. That is the first rule of money. So when you get your income, consider to pay yourself first. Some of you don't understand when I say pay yourself first. If I say pay yourself first, I'm not saying you should go and enjoy money in the cafe, you go and buy coffee, you go and buy clothing. That is not what I'm talking about. Pay yourself first means that when you get your salary or any amount of money you get, whether it's a gift, before you start spending that money on anything, pick 10%, pick 5%, pick 3%, no matter how small it is, and put it aside into your savings account. That is the first rule of money. Ensure to save something before you spend. Broke people start by spending, then they save what is left. But the truth is, there is always nothing left. There is always nothing left. I'm seeing one of my students has joined the class. Esther, thank you for joining this lecture. That Esther is one of my students. Esther, how are you? Esther is my student from UAE. Esther is one of my students from UAE. So let me say hi to her. Esther, thank you for joining. Today I've just decided to come and stream live on TikTok and on YouTube with my TikTok family and my YouTube family. So let us continue. So you do what? Step number 3 is putting priorities. Tithing or giving or charity. Then now you move to what? Pay yourself first. Then the other one is what they call needs. Needs. Needs are the things that you cannot survive without them. Needs are the things you cannot survive without them. After needs, now you go to what they call wants. Wants are the things that they are important. They are important, but you can't survive. You can survive without them. They are important, but you can't survive without them. So therefore, you should always put needs before wants. You put your needs before wants. When you're drawing your budget, you put your needs before wants. You put your future. You put your future before feelings. You put your future before feelings. Then now, for example, now let's give an example. Let's now give an example. Maybe someone who is earning 350,000 as his income, and then no, not 350,000. I don't know what. Let me see how much money I can make. What amount of money should I put as an example? Okay, let me use that 350,000. So let us give an example that someone is earning 350,000 every month. Someone earns 350,000 every month. So that 350,000, number one, that person will first have to pick what? Pick maybe 30% of that money and put aside. That is like 30,000. You pick 30,000, you put it aside in your savings. Then now you go and what? Start prioritizing what? You go and start prioritizing your needs. You pay your rent of 120K. Then you buy food for 70K for the whole month. Then you buy maybe airtime for 10K or 20K for the whole month. Then you have another 20K for miscellaneous, for things that you're expecting. Maybe an emergency might happen. You have some 20K aside. Then maybe the other remaining 50K you can put it maybe business capital or an emergency fund. You see, so that is the way you can budget your money. But the last step, number five, is very important. Track your daily and weekly expense, your weekly spending. This is where most people fail. So many people always fail to consider. Many people fail to consider uh, tracking their spending, how you spend money on daily basis. And I know some of you don't even know how much money you have spent today. Some of you don't know how much money you have spent today because you don't track it. Eh? Let me see if I can ask one of you. Let me see whom can I ask. Let me see. Let me see who is active. Let me pick one of you. Let me pick Uncle Ronald. Uncle Ronald, are you still there? Uncle Ronald, are you there? Uncle Ronald, are you still there? If you are there, tell me yes. Then I ask you this question. Katongole, are you still there? All right. Uncle Ronald, how much money have you spent today? Do you know how much money you have spent today? Are you aware about how much money you have spent today since you woke up? AQ, how much money have you spent today? AQ, are you aware of how much money you have spent today? Like, let's no, let's just be real. Just be real. No, like just be real. Don't 11,500. Now today you have spent 11,500. The day has not yet ended. The day has not yet ended. You have spent 11,500. Uncle Ronald has spent 7K. The day has not yet ended. Now, by the time the day is ending, you will realize that you have spent more than 11,500. You realize that you have spent more than 7K. Now imagine you're spending 11, maybe 15,000 in a day without tracking it, without tracking the amount of money you're spending in a day. By the time the month is going to end, you'll realize that you have spent more than more than you can imagine. Therefore, this is the step where most people fail. Tina, the local poultry farmer, thank you for joining this live. Tina, thank you. You're most welcome, Tina. So by the time the month is ending, you'll realize that you have spent more than the salary that you earn. You will realize that you have spent more than the salary that you earn without tracking. Imagine every day you're spending 15,000 without tracking it. Some days you spend 15, some days you spend 12, some days you spend 25. But at the end of the month, you realize that, I've spent a lot of money. You see, 2,000 drinking water, 5,000 lunch, 2,000 border, 2,500 tea in the morning. Wow. Wow. Okay. I hope that is true. So AQ and Uncle Mark, if you guys don't mind, after this live, send me a message in my inbox. If you people can afford to join my class is free. My class is free. My money mastery class is free because I rarely come live. AQ, if you have realized I've not been coming live on TikTok because I have students I teach. At 8 p.m., I'm going to have a class at 8 p.m. At 9 p.m., I will be having a class. At 10 p.m., I'll be having a class. Then I sleep at 11. Then at 6 a.m. in the morning, I have a class. At 10 a.m. in the morning, I have a class. At 2 p.m., I have a class. But for today, I decided to come live. I told my students, no class today because I wanted to come and meet more people here. I will communicate with you at 10 p.m. That's okay. You can send me a message on TikTok here. If you don't have my WhatsApp number, after this live, go and check my profile. My number is there. Send me a message on my WhatsApp and I'll respond to you people. So whoever wants to join this finance class, it is very important to learn financial education. It's very important. Very, very important. It is very important. This is one of the skills that no one will teach you anywhere. So the only thing you need to get access to my class is to get a copy of my book, Money Mastery for Young People. And what I'm teaching you people here is what is in my book. But I cannot exhaust everything from my book to people who don't want to join my class. Because there are other opportunities you get when you get access to my class. Like graduating, you'll get certificate at the end of the training. You'll get certificates. You'll get access to our t-shirts. Obeying Finance University brandings. So Let us proceed. Track your spending on daily basis and weekly basis. This is where people fail. A budget written but do not but not followed is useless. Some of you draw very good budgets. You work on a budget and then you don't follow what is in your budget. Then some people start by spending money. Then they think of coming to sit down and budget again. That is not budgeting. You first want to spend money, you first want to go and buy things, then you come down and you be like, oh more, I have paid rent, or more, I have gone here with this amount of money. No, they don't do like that. You start by budgeting, then now you start spending. Mhm. Tracking money helps you to see where you're overspending money. When you're tracking your money, it helps you to see where you're overspending money. Mhm. When you're tracking your daily and weekly spending, you are able to adjust quickly if there is need. Mm. You are also able to stay disciplined. Mm. So you can use your notebook for doing your budget. You can use your phone notes. You can use Excel or Google Sheets. You can use some apps for budgeting. But also, you can get once you get access to my class, I will also be able to share with you our budgeting template. You see, I have a budgeting template I have designed for my students to start managing their finances in 2026. Some of them already have it, some of them they're going to get it very soon. Mm. So if you need to get access to our finance class, feel free. Mm. Feel free to reach my inbox. You're going to level up financially. Trust me, you will level up financially. So until tomorrow, we shall catch up again from there. If you people have some question, feel free to ask me and I'll respond to them. I wish you the best of the evening. Let me stay here and wait for a few more questions. Thank you so much.